Hi there, and welcome to the Connecticut Digital Archive testing site. Also known as either Stage or the Sandbox, this is a website intended to help users practice uploading various forms of content into the repository. So now, to start things off, we are first going to go over how to create a collection. As you can now see, I'm on the homepage of the testing site. From here, I'm going to select Navigate to Collections, found on the left side of the page. This brings me to a page that contains previously created collections done by other users. To create our own collection, I'm going to select the Manage tab found on the top left next to the View tab. I then click on Add an object to this collection. For Content Model, I'm going to select Collection as that is what I'm currently creating, and I then click on Next. The collection PID is the namespace of your institution, followed by a colon, and then any alphanumerical sequence, excluding spaces or special characters. The namespace is a set of numbers assigned to each institution that takes part in the Connecticut Digital Archive. For example, the namespace that I will be using, which is that of the University of Connecticut, is 20,002, which is then followed by a colon, and then an alphanumerical sequence. Underneath that, you have to be sure to uncheck Inherit Collection Policy. That opens up the Collection Policy section. For Children namespace, you have to be sure to select the same namespace as entered above, so I would select 20,002. Next, come allowable content models that you would like to apply to your collection. That is, what kinds of content would you like to upload or ingest? For example, if you would like to ingest pictures or images, you could select Large Image Content Model and Basic Image Content Model. If you have digitized book pages that you would like to ingest, you could select Book Content Model. Or if you have PDF documents that you would like to ingest, you could select PDF Content Model. Keep in mind, however, that this could be updated or changed later on. Once you have selected allowable content models that you would like to apply to your collection, you can then scroll down to the bottom and click on Next. This brings you to the mods form, where all metadata for your collection is entered. However, keep in mind that depending on your institution, your mods form may look different. Also, as we are creating a collection, not all metadata fields have to be entered unless they apply to the collection as a whole. Take, for example, the question, should this appear in Connecticut History Illustrated? Unless that applies to your whole collection, you could select No. The same goes for the question about the World War I channel below it. Next comes the title information, which is required for a collection. Here's where you enter in the title that you would like to give your collection. You could also add a subtitle if desired. Next, there's a section for any creator or contributor information. If it applies to your whole collection, it could be entered here. Any genre terms could be added. Information on origin, which includes place of publication as well as any dates if they apply to your whole collection. Format description, which is required. As you can see, it is already set to your formatted digital, so I could leave it as is. Any description for your collection could be added here, so I'm just going to add a short one. Any preferred citation, if you have any for your collection, could be added. Held by is where you enter in the name of your institution. On the actual CTDA website, this is done by a drop-down bar. However, on Stage, it is just done by entering in the name of your institution, so I'm just going to enter in CTDA for practice. Next, there's a section for any subjects for your collection, which includes name subjects, if any, that apply to your whole collection. Keep in mind also that for any metadata fields entered, you should be relying on a controlled vocabulary, so you should consult sources such as the Library of Congress or Getty. This way you know you're using the same vocabulary as other institutions, and that there is no mix-up occurring. After that, there's a section for identifiers, if you have any that you would like to add for your collection. And then comes the rights statement. However, as you can see, the rights are not required for creating a collection. This is due to the fact that your collection will probably contain a great number of objects that have different copyright restrictions. Therefore, the right statement could be left blank for now. Once you have entered in all metadata for your collection, you can then scroll down to the bottom and click on Ingest. If successful, you should come to a page that says your collection has been ingested. So now, if you go to the breadcrumbs located on the top left of the page and select Digital Collections, you will see that we are back on the page that contained collections created by other users. So if successful, the collection that you have created should be here as well. As you can see, here's the one that I just created, and it is ready to add objects to. So that is how you create a collection on the CTDA website.